For TigerDetails.com and Louisiana vs. All Y'all, Jarrett Roser here with Sage Ryan, standout defensive back and really just all-around athlete for Lafayette Christian. Been doing a lot for that Knights program during this great run that they've been on, and now navigating whatever the heck this summer of coronavirus is and getting ready for senior year and eventually at some point along the way a college decision. Sage, how's everything been going, man? How have y'all been making out?
Everything been going good. Like I said, we just got back doing things normal at school, trying to stay safe during this coronavirus, COVID-19. Sanitizing, cleaning up the weights after we done, switching stations, just staying as far away from it as possible.
And I want to get into, before we finish up, some of kind of the outlook for your squad trying to continue this run that y'all are on. But we're going to get into some of the college stuff actually first. And as crazy as it has been to try and get some of the high school team working during all this, we've been talking, it's also made things really kind of confusing for a college decision process that under normal circumstances, even more of you guys might have made some announcements by now or be getting close, but you were a guy that was looking forward to some more visits, and that remains so up in the air. What has that been like for you to try and adjust to the continued extension of the dead period and continued delays to that side of things?
I haven't been really giving it any thought about like what's going on, so I just try to stay patient with it. It's gonna come. I'm gonna know like when I'm ready to commit the right date. Just taking it slow day by day, and that's about it.
What have some of the conversations been like with coaches? Who have been some of the schools you continue to hear the most from throughout this slow time, via phone and Twitter and all those things?
Definitely LSU, Bama, Clemson, Baylor, FSU. Some of those schools have been hitting me up, sending me graphics and stuff like that, positive messages. So that's who's going to be in my top 5 or so.
Coach Aranda has pretty much continued some of the relationship that was built when he was in Baton Rouge, and said that he thinks you can do some pretty big things in Waco, just as the LSU staff has been recruiting you to do in Baton Rouge.
Yes, sir.
For you, you're a guy that obviously has grown up so much around Louisiana and LSU football, and you have those family connections with Kevin and Trev. What has it been like to be recruited from LSU? Because I think the last time we had a really in-depth conversation was when a lot of this was really just kind of starting. We talked when LSU had first offered, and at that point things were still continuing to build. But as you've had a chance to actually be this much farther into your recruiting process, what has it been like to be recruited by that school that you have that level of familiarity with? What have some of those conversations been like over time?
Basically just when Kevin would come talk to me, just be like, make your own decision. You don't have to automatically be come to LSU. Just take it slow. Coming from a family perspective, of course they want me to go to LSU, but that's not always the best plan. Which I'm saying, not saying it isn't, but just stuff like that. Take it slow. You're gonna have a sign when you're ready to commit. And me being familiar with LSU, man, I went to games when I was young. My cousins, uncles played there, so I just got a close relationship with the school, the program. So that's big in the area of recruiting that I'm in. It kind of offered me first. Well, one of the first schools that offered me, so that plays a big role in it. And just stuff like that.
In terms of some of the conversations with particularly those 5 schools that you mentioned, but really any of the coaches that you're chatting with about where they see you fitting into their respective defensive scheme. You've been able to do so many different things in all 3 phases at the high school level, and you've been ranked by different sites at different points as a safety, as a corner. Where does LSU see you fitting in? Where does Alabama, Baylor, Florida State, what's kind of the way that they talk to you about the things that you can do in their specific schemes?
Coming down, all the schools basically they recruit me as the same thing basically. Just at the safety position, the nickel star. Alabama want me to play the star position. LSU want to play kind of like like a Tyrann Mathieu, like just all of them want me to play like a versatile position, like be able to not just play one position but multiple, like I do in high school, just not on the offensive side. But some want me to play punt return and just be like a versatile person in the secondary.
I was going to ask you how many times you'd heard the name Tyrann Mathieu through a lot of this, because that ability to be where you need to be and have that knack for having those ball skills and just making things happen on defense is what we've seen from you since you were a freshman in high school. And I'm sure folks that had a chance to see you before that would say even from a younger age. What is that like to hear some of those sort of opportunities to compare what you've been able to do in high school to be able to carry on that versatility and to hear those sort of comparisons to somebody that did that at such a high level?
I mean, it means a lot to be compared to one of the greatest to ever do it in LSU history. The versatility that he brung, and they comparing that to me, it's just amazing. I mean, it's a dream come true to be in the talk like with those top guys, and to just come into a program and do what they did, like continue the legacy and stuff. That'll be amazing. And it's just stuff like that brings like make me want to commit to be versatile in the secondary. Football is just fun.
I was kind of laughing watching your interview with Seth Lewis of KATC, where he's kind of asking you about all these huge accolades and opportunities, and you've always been such a mild-mannered, humble guy that at a point in the interview you just kind of say, I mean, man, I don't know. I'm just blessed, still trying to – it's almost like you're still trying to wrap your mind around exactly how this has gotten so big for you. What has that been like for a guy that is your personality? I mean, you're not shy or uncomfortable speaking, but you're certainly not a braggy guy and all those things. And you keep having a lot of questions about, I mean, from guys like me or Seth or whoever around the country really asking about how big this has gotten. What has that been like for you to just kind of navigate that type of a spotlight when you're not someone that typically really seeks that sort of attention?
I kind of keep my composure during this time. I mean, it's humbling. I'm blessed by the grace of God to be in this position. Like I said, not too many people get this opportunity, so I want to seize the opportunity, man. And it's just a blessing to be in this position. Like I said, and I don't like to be all high on myself. I'd rather just be like that with my teammates and stuff, congratulating them and sometimes getting on them. But it's not like me to be all big-headed, because, man, that can hurt your blessings, and it can affect your play too when you're all big-headed like that. So I just try to just stay humble, quiet, and do my thing on the field.
When you first mentioned the blessing of it, you perfectly moved. I don't think you realized it, but it had the blessed above your head right as you were talking about what that opportunity has been like. You guys have had a lot of I mean, great success and great fortune on the high school field throughout your career there at LCA too. And I know talking to Brylan and Jordan a few weeks ago about just kind of that continued mindset of carrying it forward now into their next season and your last season at the high school level. There remain a lot of really lofty expectations just to kind of keep it going. What are some of those conversations like for you guys as you, even with so many things starting to fall in place at the college level, you know, you have some big shoes to fill from those departed seniors and just a big tradition to keep carrying forward at LCA?
It was, man, they passed it down to us basically from when we won our first championship to now. Those guys did a good job of did a good job of leading first off, but also just putting us in the right position at the right time. The coaches did a really great job teaching those guys to pass it down to us. So I mean, it's kind of like a pattern now, man. And then this year, I'm trying to become a better vocal leader in like all departments of football, just not on the field, but also off the field in the classroom. Because I really don't be talking that much. I just play the game, but now gotta learn to just be more vocal, like I said. And that's gonna come. I mean, they pretty much taught us, the class before pretty much taught us how to do that. Get up and speak in front of the players and stuff. Just be outgoing, you know. And then that type of stuff like that is gonna carry on to the field when you need them to just move wherever, move like where the ball's at. Just tell them like which role to play and stuff, and it's gonna come. I mean, I'm still growing too, so I feel like it's there. They taught us how to do that, stuff like that.
How
Yeah,
fast?
sure.
How fast has this high school run gone for you? I mean, it doesn't seem like that long ago that we're looking at you as the freshman making these huge plays in the dome, and now all of a sudden you're the old man of the group getting ready for senior year. How quickly has that happened for you?
That escalated so fast from being a younger cat in the dome, and even more earlier than that. Just getting taught by the older guys, man. It just it just flew by like blink of an eye. But now I'm here. I'm ready. I'm ready to take on the role of a leader. Just teach those younger guys what I've been through, like the role that I had to play as a younger athlete on the team. I wasn't always the big dog of the team like I am now, but just to be able to lead those guys in the right direction, like I said, on the field and off the field, when we're in public, in the community. So just stuff like that. I'm ready. Like, as you can tell in my voice, and I'm just ready to take on that role, ready to get on them because they used to get on me too. So I'm ready for that too. And of course, man, as a leader, you can be. You don't have to always get on people. Like they can help you too when you do stuff wrong. So, man, I'm just ready to learn. It's a whole learning process that I'm ready for.
You're just ready to get back and play some more football.
Yes, sir. That's what I'm ready for.
Tell
And
me
I
a little.
miss football.
Tell me a little something. I think a lot of fans now have a pretty good handle on Fitzgerald and who he is as he's continued to come into his own and be a big-time recruit. The two guys I mentioned earlier in that secondary with you, Jordan and Brylan, have started to see their recognition rise. And, I mean, they're at a point where they're getting SEC offers and stuff like that. And really, you'll have so many talented players. I asked those two to list off some more, and they named another 6 to 12 guys. When you look at some of those young guys coming along a year or two behind you and some of the things that they're already doing, what can you say about where they're at and what to watch for them as they continue to progress?
Well, first off, as a whole, we're a group of talented guys, as you said. But those selected few, man, they worked their tail off to be in a position that they are right now. Fitzgerald comes in lost a few pounds, man. He's still grinding, trying to get the respect and the attention that he needs to get the bigger offers, you know. But Brylan and Jordan, man, I'm ready to take them under my wing, you know, teach them a few more things before I leave. And they there. They work hard. They compete at practice, in the game. It's just a whole brotherhood that we have at LCA, man. It's different from many schools, but those guys, but they earned the position that they're in for sure. Man, Jordan, Brylan, and Fitz came a long way from what they are now. And I'm ready to be a leader, ready to get on them, but also congratulate them with their success. And I'm ready to play with them one last time on the field.
There you go. Sage, appreciate you taking a few minutes to chat about all of it with me, man.
Yes, sir. Anytime.
Any kind of final words for either folks that are waiting to see what the next steps are on the recruiting trail for you, or folks that are eager to see this LCA football team and what it looks like in 2020? Just kind of last messages. You think we got it all covered?
Oh, we not done yet. And for the recruiting, man, it's almost the end. It's about time to make the decision in about 2 months or so. But I'm ready. Ready for the next step in life with everything that comes with. Ready to ball out in the big crowds, you know. And I'm just ready for like I said, the next stage in life. Man, God is he just so amazing, and I know He's gonna lead my footsteps for the time ahead. And for the season, I'm focused on the season more than I'm focused on the next step in life that's gonna come. I mean, after the season, I'm pretty sure I like already balled down my commitment and stuff. So that's about it.
There you go. Thanks again, brother.
Yes, sir.
Again, he's Sage Ryan, getting ready for his senior year at Lafayette Christian, trying to keep that string of championships going for the Knights, and also kind of zooming in on his ultimate college commitment announcement. So stay tuned and watch Sage and those guys in Lafayette for Louisiana versus all y'all and TigerDetails.com. Jarrett Roser.
Yes, sir.